Well, the Hyundai and Kia theft epidemic is continuing in our region, and earlier this week, our Christine Byers broke the story about how St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones is threatening to sue those automakers if they don't do something to stop it.
Her weekly column on KSK.com, it's called Byers Beat. It's focusing on how a theft epidemic that swept the nation in the 1990s is connected to this current crisis. So, Christine, it seems like history is repeating itself here.
That's right, and so Captain Janice Boxtruck of the St. Louis Police Department, she's been keeping me updated on the latest numbers in this crisis, and she was actually saying that this is kind of history repeating itself. Chryslers apparently were the vehicle of choice back in the 1990s, and thieves were using screwdrivers to get into those ignitions and start those cars and steal them.
So how does that issue come into play with what's currently going on? We know a USB cable is being used now, screwdrivers back then, but how else are these connected?
So after that epidemic happened, the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration did an investigation. There were studies, there were examinations into how can we make cars safer and more secure. And so auto thefts went down because they started using engine immobilizers.
Christine, very quickly, explain what that is, those engine immobilizers, and if you can, tell us why Hyundai and Kia didn't use those immobilizers.
Sure, so an immobilizer is a device that goes around the key hole to the ignition, and basically it recognizes a computer chip in the key in order to start the engine. And as for why Hyundai and Kia were not using them, they were basically saying, that this is a recommendation, not a requirement, that they use them from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. And that's really what this issue is going to boil down to in court. So attorneys who are filing class action lawsuits against the automakers are using that as part of their main argument. It's called the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard, and it states each vehicle must have a starting system which, whenever the key is removed from the starting system, it prevents A, the normal activation of the vehicle's engine or motor, and B, either steering or forward self-mobility of the vehicle, or both. So again, was this a requirement or a recommendation? That's going to be for a judge to decide.
Christine, thank you. You've been keeping us updated on every step. Let's get to